Okay, so this is the synchronous lesson for the instructional framework. This will actually be the first lesson that we do. This will be solving by factoring and learning about the fundamental theorem of algebra. So I'm gonna go through this as quickly and as I can, but as also trying to explain as much as I can because there's a lot to this. So here we go. So learning objectives, students will be able to evaluate roots, also known as solutions of a polynomial of polynomials by multiple methods of factoring, and students will be able to identify the number of solutions in a polynomial using the fundamental theorem of algebra. And again, I will be able to solve polynomial functions by any methods of factoring. I will identify the number of possible solutions for any given polynomial. Okay, so again, expectations that I would give to students. We're going to transition to a Google Jamboard. Again, you are expected, and not only expected, assessed on participation. If I am not seeing a lot of participation, that will result. I would for this give some kind of participation grade or some kind of grade. If I don't see the participation, that will dock points. And of course, we're also going to be commenting using the Jamboard, so any inappropriate comments will not be tolerated. Also, this is a new thing for people, so trying, make sure you guys are, giving putting forth solid effort. Again, type of answers you give and willingness to answer verbally. There might be times I give, verbal prompts, and, people that are more inclined to answer verbally, I would say are going to be will be, given more points maybe. Assess based on your work. I expect, and if you don't have it out right now, I'd say this to students, get a piece of paper out, you're following along, okay? You're writing down your answers, you're following along, writing down answers. Again, I will be looking at this, you'll be taking pictures and uploading this online. I don't expect it to be perfect, but I expect it to be full of effort. And again, that is the main thing I am assessing you on, is what is the effort level that you are at right now, okay? And then and as we go, we'll be looking at, your answers and seeing how people do with that, and then we'll have a assignment that you'll be assessed on at the end of the lesson as well. So moving quickly here, we're going to a Jamboard, and this will be where most of the lesson will take place on. Now, what the Jamboard is, we're going to do warm-ups here, and what the students will see is they will have basically warm-up 3 different equations. Solve them by factoring. They will grab their notebook, which should be in front of them, or some other kind of writing device, paper or whatever. They'll do all their work on there, and then they will go to the sticky notes, which are right here. Say for this first one, the answer is x equals, what is the answer for that one? I think that one's going to be x equals -5 and x equals 3. I think that's what those ones are. They write that, and then they put that right here. They put that one, and then they put that one right there. In fact, actually, I'd say put their name on that as well. Oh, hold up. They put their name on that, and then they go from there, and then they just put it right there. Okay? So that is kind of how they would respond, and we would keep going through this. So that's how I would expect, them, and if I was talking to students, how would I expect you to go through this? So I would answer these questions, give them enough time to answer those questions. We'd click forward. We kind of, give them this example of solving, because they haven't factored out these types of trinomials, and kind of give them examples of how to factor those out. And then we would move to, factoring these trinomials out. Again, they would use the sticky notes in order to write down their answer. So like say this one would be x squared. They would use the shift 6 button to get this little exponent button here. And it'd be x squared, what was that one? -5 in one parentheses, and then x shift 6, 2 plus 2 in another parentheses. Once again, they would write their name out. Then E, I'll just write that. And they'll go for that, all right? So we'll have multiple, of course, we'll have multiple, sticky notes populating the board here. I'll have to, kind of discern between all of those. And that right there is really what the rest of how the rest of the lesson kind of plays out here. And of course, we have the fundamental theorem of algebra back here. And then once we're done with all of that, and I'm sorry I'm running a little over time right now, but I just wanted to finish out. They'd check out at the end, kind of one final kind of formative assessment piece would be the quizzes assignments, and this is my editor's version, but basically this would be the assignment they'd work on. So. Alrighty, that there is my very short video over my synchronous. Oh yeah, one last thing I did want to show. And of course I would have an exit ticket that they would populate with sticky notes as well. One aspect that they could teach to another student, one aspect they need work on. So, alright, so that is my synchronous lesson. Thank you for watching.